Ann Coulter's new book, Resistance is Futile. Get the book. Go to AnnCoulter.com. Follow her on Twitter. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Mark Simone?
Very good. Now, I'm afraid to ask, but last week you seemed very upset with the president. After yesterday's meeting with Pelosi and Schumer, are you a little more reassured that he's working on the wall?
Not at all.
Oh.
One thing the president is very good at is talking a good game. So it used to get me really excited. Oh, he's saying all the right things, but then nothing would happen. So now talking a good game doesn't really raise my pulse anymore.
Yes, but his whole career when he says, I'm going to build Trump Tower, I'm going to build Mar-a-Lago, I'm going to build, whenever he talks, at some point it gets built.
Exactly my point. If the wall were a golf course in Scotland, remember everybody was objecting to that. The neighbors didn't want whatever he was doing to it. There was all sorts of community objection. There were laws against it. Oh, no, he got that done in a month. But now, Chuck won't let me.
I thought he pushed him around pretty good in that meeting.
Yes, but he still hasn't laid one brick of the wall, and he's got to knock off that crap about how they've already started the wall. That's just rubbing salt into the wound, as well as a certain conservative network that keeps claiming he's already started it. The RNC. Did you see at those rallies before the midterm elections? And here, I'm tough on the president for not keeping any of his campaign promises.
He kept plenty of them.
And, a big one was moving the embassy. That's what his voters wanted. That's what the industrial Midwest sitting home with their kids addicted to opioids. The jobs are gone. Just move the embassy, please. But I will say it was great that he did all those rallies before the midterms. He does gin people up. But the RNC, I wanted to fly to wherever, what's her name, Rona Romney was, and throttle her for having those pre-printed signs for the rally goers to wave, "Keep building the wall." Knock it off. You haven't put down one brick.
Oh, my God. What are you, Rachel Maddow? Listen to you.
Well, it's one thing for Democrats to assume their voters are idiots. I can't disagree with that strategy there. It probably works extremely well. But for Republicans to assume their voters are idiots is just even, like I say, rubbing salt into the wound of there being no wall. But look, keep pressure on him. Maybe we can force him into it.
All right, Don Lemon Jr. here. But it's a negotiating tactic. You keep acting like the wall's already started. That way it makes Schumer and Pelosi look sillier that they're opposing it.
No, I don't think so, Mark. But I do want to. You just said Don Lemon Jr. here. Are you cheating on MSNBC by watching CNN? What's this about?
Hey, what is that though? I can always watch MSNBC. It's very funny, but when you watch like Don Lemon, it's just not funny. Why is that? It's not even entertaining. It's
the key to CNN is. Their hosts are not, by and large, there are a few rare exceptions, they're not very smart people, but CNN's strategy is, but our hosts are really ugly, so you'll think they're smart. And put on glasses now.
I never thought of that. You're right. It doesn't even look like
really, it's been their signature move for years and years. You're staring at the screen at people who, in no normal universe, okay, maybe you should be on radio, son. No, we're gonna put them all on TV to make people think they must be smart. Why else would they be there?
Yeah, you're right. Also, when you watch MSNBC, it's the host and two people who hate Trump. But when you watch CNN, here's the host and here's 11 people on the panel who hate Trump.
That's true.
And they have these desks that can hold a panel of like 9 people. Who else? Nobody would do that. So you should get Ann Coulter's book, Resistance is Futile. I think it's an excellent book.
It will explain everything that is happening over the next 2 years, as you will see from my column this week. I think a lot I noticed this during my first book tour for High Crimes and Misdemeanors. When there were very simple issues, the left would distract you by just saying something untrue about something that doesn't matter, and you'd end up. I remembered, I'd end up walking off these TV sets thinking I said nothing about the grounds for impeachment against Bill Clinton. I've been arguing about the basic historical facts of Nixon's impeachment or attempted impeachment. He was never impeached, of course. And a lot on our side, I think, right now are falling for that with all of the nonsense charges being brought by Mueller. And I will say there is no better defender of Trump on all of the Russia nonsense and the Michael Cohen nonsense. But what's great about this book is they're not giving up on any of this idiocy. You don't need to get into the weeds. You don't need to know who Bruce Orr is or the details of any of this Michael Cohen nonsense. You could tell that they still have nothing on Trump by the fact that they would not give details on Michael Cohen. When that sentencing agreement broke, it was just president implicated in two felonies. If you were rushing around to Christmas parties, you had no idea what those felonies were.
Yeah, no, there's nothing there. But they do have them, apparently, really have them on lying on loan applications for bank loans. But that has nothing to do with Trump.
Oh, yeah, they got Cohen.
yeah. So, hey, when you watch this stuff and Pelosi and Schumer, they keep saying, a wall doesn't work. It doesn't work. It sounds insane. What is their thinking? I mean, how could they even justify a statement like that?
A wall doesn't work is liberal code for, oh, my gosh, a wall is going to work so well. We have to stop it.
Yeah. This
is an old trick of the left. Whenever they say something, it just doesn't work. Well, okay, you guys aren't really that careful about federal spending. Then what do you care? Yeah. What do you care if it's not going to work? They used to say the same thing about torture. Well, no, torture, it just doesn't work. No, of course it works. It works very well. There may be reasons against torturing suspects, but that isn't the objection. It just doesn't work. As if, the Democrats are so results-oriented. We want to make sure we're being fiscally responsible.
Yeah, ask Israel if a wall works. Seems to work just fine over there.
Oh, it's pretty stunning. I have a whole chapter on Israel's wall in Adios America. And the New York Times, it's been printed in the Times, how they were having a big problem with mostly Africans coming in. They have a nice little country in the middle of a lot of, what did the president call them, S-holes? So obviously they had a lot of illegal immigrants pouring in. They have beautiful walls. They have walls underwater. I don't want to hear about this. Oh, there are natural barriers someplace. Yeah, that didn't deter the Israelis. They put walls all around their country, and the New York Times reported as soon as it was up, illegal immigration has dropped to, let's see, 0.
Yeah. Hey, if you watched that video yesterday, that meeting, and both Pelosi and Schumer a couple times said, we can't have this debate in public.
Yes.
Boy, that tells you everything.
Yes. Pelosi was quite urgent about it, which suggests to me that the Democrats' position on not building a wall and having open borders is not popular. And this is the point on your great negotiator, Mark Simone. He's holding all the cards. He has a position that is overwhelmingly popular with the American people. And he is right. MSNBC was going crazy last night. Oh, he's saying he'll take responsibility for the shutdown. He's actually right about that. If this shutdown is over the Democrats' abject refusal to defend our borders, Trump will win that fight.
Yeah, and they keep threatening a shutdown. Who cares? We've been through 500 shutdowns. Nobody cares.
I'd like him to shut down the government for the next 18 years.
Yeah, that's the only scary thing about the shutdown. They always reopen. I don't know why. But hey, if you want a great Christmas present, I'm telling you, it's the best book she's written, Ann Coulter's new book, In Trump We Trust. And it'd be great for, obviously, for a Trump supporter. But resistance is futile. I'm sorry. Resistance is futile. But if you're a Trump hater, you really need to read this book. It'll tell you what you're doing wrong. Resistance is futile. It's the new book. And you go to AnnCoulter.com or Amazon. And you're still doing book signings all over the place, right?
I'm doing one tonight.
good. So just go to AnnCoulter.com or...
I think you have to be a member. That's why I didn't mention where.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or Amazon.
Get private club near Rockefeller Center.
Ooh. So get the book, Resistance is Futile. It is the best book on what's going on now. And follow Ann Coulter on Twitter and all of that stuff. And Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
Right, take care.